How's it going, everybody? My name's Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a high six-figure full-time Amazon seller, and in today's video we're going to be looking at a bunch of things that I check on every single listing that I'm looking to sell on Amazon. I know it feels like there's a million different things you have to look at when you're doing product sourcing to make sure you have the perfect product, but I'm going to be talking about specifically 3 tools and a bunch of the specific things I'm looking for when I'm looking at listings so that I know I'm making a smart buying decision. So before we jump into that, I did also want to mention that if you're a brand new seller or you're new to the channel and you want more information to learn how to sell on Amazon, directly below me is going to be linked to my completely free Amazon seller Discord community. There's over 22,000 people in there sharing tons of free information. Would love to see you in there, but let's go ahead and jump into the video. So like I said, in this video, we're going to be talking about how I use 3 specific tools to make sure I'm making a smart decision every time I'm buying something. So just to let you know, those 3 tools are this one right here called SellerAmp. This tool is less than 20 bucks a month. It's near essential for your Amazon business. Would highly recommend it. And then this one down here is called Keepa. This one's also less than 20 bucks a month. This one is literally 100% essential. And then I'm also going to be using this tool right here. It's just this little check mark, very simple little tool called IP Alert. But we're going to be using all the 3 of those things in tandem here. So let's just jump into the first lesson, and this is a great example of why we always have to make sure we're checking Keepa when we're looking at products, and even SellerAmp. Here in a second I'll show you how we could use this. So this was a product that was identified by my team as a potentially profitable product. I'm sure a lot of you more veteran sellers out there immediately see the issue with this lead, but if you're not seeing the issue, the main problem right here, let me simplify this chart, is this buy box line, which is the price that the item's actually selling for, is way higher than it is normally. We were able to pick this up for about $8, and at $21.19, it looks like SellerAmp is telling us that this item is profitable. But something we really need to consider when we're looking at items is the long-term history of the item. If we are buying on what's called a price spike, in this case, like right now, the price is kind of spiked compared to where it normally is. Over here on SellerAmp, we could even go ahead and find the 30-day average buy box price. And when I'm buying an item, I'm always trying to make sure that my item is at least a little bit profitable. Like ideally with the 30-day buy box, I'd like it to still meet my profit criteria. So usually I'm looking for about 35% ROI, $3 profit. So at the 30-day buy box price, I would generally be looking for that to stay true. And in this case, when we plug in that average buy box price, I mean, we can just kind of look at it on the Keepa chart and eyeball it here. This item kind of, usually sells closer to 18 bucks, like at the most. Maybe it sold for 19, 18.50 in the past, but really none of those prices are that interesting to me, especially if this item goes back down to $17. I'm definitely not interested in this item. Then it would be negative 15 cents in profit. So there's the first really easy thing to look out for, is making sure you're not buying on a price spike. And to make sure you're not, you can use this tool called Keepa right here. Make sure that the line is not way higher than it used to be. And we could also use SellerAmp, the average 30-day buy box price, make sure we're still profitable there. So this next item I went ahead and picked out here, just some simple little mascara, is another amazing example of why we need Keepa and why Keepa is worth every penny of that $20 a month or so you're going to pay for it. Down here on the Keepa chart on this item, let's say, just for an experiment here, let's say we were looking at this item on May 5th. This item would have been selling for, or even just to make it a little bit better, we could go to like May 4th, where this item was selling for $18. Looks like in the past my team found this for $9. So in the past it would have been, almost $3 profit, almost 35% ROI. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more sales volume on this item to take a lower ROI like this, but it's not like the worst item in the world at this point in time until we start looking at the number of new sellers down here. And specifically when I'm looking at this, I see the fact that, on April 20th, April 19th, this area around here, it was selling for $19.50, and there were only 6 sellers on it. And now just, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later here on May 4th, we already had 19 sellers and it was only down to $18. So in this case, if you see the price not really reacting to a giant jump in new sellers, this is why Keepa is super, super important. We need to have this data. We need to see how many sellers are on this item, because if we go ahead and zoom out here to the current, we can see almost immediately after that, this item's price just immediately tanked. People kept jumping on this listing. So I'd imagine right around here is where people started checking in with their FBA inventory. They sourced it thinking this was going to be a $20 product, but it started to jump in new sellers and really go high up here. So if you were someone, like I said, if you were buying like right here and you don't have Keepa, you might look at this and think, okay, this item's okay, let me give it a trial run, I might make $2.50 on this. But as soon as the rest of these new sellers checked in here, the price immediately tanked. So always check Keepa, always make sure that the number of new sellers is not just rapidly increasing like we saw here. So another example of something I'm checking every single time I look at an Amazon listing to make sure my store is going to be safe in the long run is this Chrome extension right here, this tiny little siren here is going to protect my account from IP complaints, because with this tool called IP Alert, it's basically just a big database of all the brands that other Amazon sellers have had issues with in the past, received IP complaints, which if you're a brand new seller, an IP complaint is basically when the brand says, hey, we want to control this listing, we are going to go ahead and kick you off this listing because you did not go through the authorized channels, you're not using a distributor, you're not buying directly from us, and that's well within their right as a brand owner. So it's our job just to stay away from those brands that do kind of police their listings and maintain just a couple sellers, or even a lot of brands will sell directly on Amazon. So obviously we don't want to try to be stealing their sales or anything like that. They're not going to take that too nicely. So in this case, this tool right here called IP Alert is warning me, and I could even go ahead and refresh this page here and it will give me a little bit of a pop-up here. So it makes me say, okay, I know this brand would be problematic. If I try to sell it on my store, I'll click OK, and then I can start moving around on the page. But it's just a very, very nice safeguard to make sure your account is going to be healthy in the long run. And the thing that I really like about this tool is there's a lifetime policy on this one. So you don't have to have a monthly recurring charge or anything like that. And if you were interested in checking out this tool, like I said, it's something I check every single time I look at an Amazon listing. Been worth every dollar for me. If you use the link down below and use code FOP30, that'll give you $30 off that lifetime membership, and you will be able to sleep much more soundly at night knowing that your products are going to be safe from IP complaints. You're going to be a lot safer than the other Amazon sellers who are out there scrolling through without any kind of protection from IP complaints, and you'll just be a lot healthier in the long run if you do take some kind of measures to make sure your business is going to stay healthy from IP issues. So for the next example of something I'm looking at pretty much every time I'm looking at Amazon listings, or at least in this case, if there is a variation on the listing. So as you can see on this listing, if you're brand new to Amazon, we can select in a whole bunch of different sizes and a whole bunch of different colors. And the way Amazon treats this is it kind of puts it all together on one single listing. And if we look at SellerAmp, it's telling us that this whole listing is selling 27,000 times a month, which is insane to think about. But what a lot of new sellers might make the mistake of doing is they'll go in here and they'll say, okay, I found the black, I found it in a size 9.5 and it's profitable, all that kind of stuff. And they'll say, okay, how many do I need to buy? And based on this, they might say, okay, I'll buy like 2,000 or 3,000. Obviously, a lot of new sellers don't have the amount of money to be buying 3,000 pairs of this shoe, which if you do, good for you, you're probably going to crush it once you kind of figure out some things with Amazon. But you definitely don't want to make that mistake, especially when you're looking at variation listings. And what I will do is I will either use SellerAmp or Keepa. You can use either one to help you figure out roughly the percentage of the total sales that are going to each specific variation. Because like I said, not all these sales, not all 27,000 of these sales are going to just this size, this color. Amazon's not quite that big yet. So we need to figure out how many sales this specific color and this specific size is getting. Otherwise, we're going to be buying way too much inventory. So to do that, we can press the check button down here on SellerAmp. This is just going to go ahead and scrape through the reviews and try to find the variations that have the highest percentage of reviews, and really just break down how many reviews each variation has. And from this data, we can kind of take this review percentage, multiply it by the number of monthly sales, and kind of roughly estimate how many sales per month this item is getting. So let me go ahead and give this a second. Oh, it's already done, so I don't have to give it a second at all. So breaking this down in here, so the black size 9.5 looks like it's getting 5% of the reviews on this listing. So what that means is this specific size, this specific color is getting 5% of 27,000 sales per month, which is still a ton. I'm not really sure what the exact math on that would be, but from there we now know that we could take that number, that 27,000 times 0.05, and then from there we can kind of look at the other sellers on the listing, figure out how many other competitive sellers we might have to deal with. In this case, we've got Zappos and Amazon on this listing, so we would want to stay far away from this specific listing, but we can combine that information with the information we have down here to figure out exactly how many units we would want to buy of this product. So for those of you who are sticking around towards the end of this video, here's a little bit of a bigger nugget for you guys. This is not necessarily so much tool related as it is just genuinely something I check every single time I'm looking at a listing, and that's just checking the reviews on a listing. So as you can see here on the Keepa chart down here, it looks like this item seems fairly stable in price. It looks like Amazon used to be on it. Price used to be $8. So I would be, a little apprehensive of that, but it's not the worst item in the world. It's been selling for a decent price for quite a while. It looks like it's just one tube of this kind of liquid eyeliner here, plugging it into SellerAmp over here. We were finding it for $3.53. We were going to sell it for $12.40, leaving us with a huge ROI. Looks like an amazing product. It's not selling the fastest, but still for 110% ROI, I'll take that all day long. But again, one thing I check on every single listing I'm looking at is the reviews. And the reason I'm doing that is because in this case, it looks like the customers are thinking that it's a 3-pack. Somewhere on this listing, there's something that's indicating that this item is a 3-pack. So they said it comes with 3. And then I imagine if they they said it comes with 3, there's going to be some negative feedback. So here we go. Only received 1. I didn't get 3 in the mail. We've got another negative feedback here. Looks like this one's just about the product, but just one negative feedback right here tells me immediately everything I need to know about this item. Customers are thinking this is one item. And again, for those of you who are sticking around towards the end of the video here, a little bit of another thing you can check is, for one, we can check the dimensions on SellerAmp. In this case, it says that it is 0.32 ounces, which probably makes sense that that would be one bottle of this liquid eyeliner here. So even Amazon's a little bit confused. So if you find listings like that where the dimensions are indicating that it should just be one, that's another thing that might kind of trip up your fellow Amazon sellers. But one thing I always do when I'm coming across this kind of issue here is I'll grab the ASIN, I'll go ahead and search for the ASIN, and then right here we can see underneath the item. So the customer would see this because they're going to be searching for whatever they've searched to get them to this specific product. They're going to be seeing this banner down here. So they're going to be expecting a pack of 3, even though as Amazon sellers, we're never like clicking through as though we were searching for it. We're not using Amazon as a search platform. We're typically going directly to the listings like this one. And nowhere on this listing, at least immediately available, do I see that this is supposed to be a 3-pack. It's not in the description. It's not in the title. It doesn't even show up in the dimensions of this item, but it's going to be one thing that could cause customer issues. And then you're going to get returns, negative feedback, all that kind of stuff. So make sure you're checking the customer reviews every single time you look at an item. So to kind of pull it all together here, I've pulled up an example of an item that I think is good, but we can go ahead and run through the checklist, looking at some of the other things we've talked about in this video. So right away, I'm plugging it into SellerAmp to make sure that this item is profitable. We are finding this item for about $11. It's selling 64 times a month, so it's not selling insanely fast, but it's selling fast enough that I'm at least a little bit interested in this item. Got 63% ROI, $7 profit. Everything seems pretty good. So now we'll continue down our checklist here. We're going to go ahead and start looking at the Keepa chart to make sure we're not on a price spike, make sure nothing weird's going on here. And it looks like this item used to be an amazing item. It looks like it used to be selling for about $40 very consistently, but for quite a while now, we've had a very similar amount of sellers. So we've got 20 sellers back here in March selling for $29, and right now we've got 19 sellers selling for $28. So really this price is pretty consistent with the past history of this item. I'm not expecting any significant tanking, at least anything that we can control. Based on the past history of this item, this price should maintain pretty stable. So from here, what we would do is now we're going to need to figure out how much we actually want to buy of this product. And to do this, I'm going to be checking the offers tab of SellerAmp down here. And from here, I'm going to be counting the number of competitive sellers. So for me, those are FBA sellers who are within a couple percentage points of this buy box price right here. So the buy box is just the little button where you press add to cart. That's all the buy box means. That's what the items are actually selling for. So right now we're looking at a buy box of $28. Looks like this guy's got the buy box right here. There's one other seller who's probably splitting the buy box with them. They also have the price at $28. But beyond that, the next FBA seller is $35. And we're not worried about competing with these FBM sellers because their shipping is so much slower. Amazon is going to favor us for the buy box because we're getting it to the customer faster. Just an all-around better experience for the customer. So Amazon's going to give us more sales. So we would be the third competitive seller on this listing, which means we would be able to capture about a third of the sales that are going on here. So in this case, a third of 64 sales per month, we're going to buy about 21 units of this item. That's what we should expect to sell every single month. IP alerts not throwing up anything. Looks like we're good to go on IP alert. There was no price alerts, anything like that. We could check the ratings, see if there's anything going on. Looks like there's no specific reviews that customers have written, but I'm not really sure what would be going wrong here in terms of, you know, something like being a multi-pack, something like this. It feels pretty clear that this is just this simple little glove break-in kit. I don't think there'd really be like a hidden multi-pack here, anything like that. We could check the weight. Looks like 1.5 pounds seems about right for the amount of stuff that's in that picture there. So everything's checking out. Looks like we're good to go. And combining all three of those tools together, IP alert, Keepa, SellerAmp, we're able to make a really good purchasing decision on this item. And in theory, this should be a good item that we're able to make a profit on in the long run. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got a ton of value out of it. If you did, please feel free to add some value to my business and hit that subscribe button right down below. That always helps me out. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything like that, feel free to drop those down below as well. I'm always happy to answer those, but I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.